I'm gonna wait until a few people join, guys. goes. I hope everyone is well today. I'm here because I kind of got a download, and it's kind of an important one. So, I'm just going to deliver it, no matter what, because that's my job. I'm sure you guys saw the cover of this. And basically the download was about understanding who we are and why we're here. There's a lot going on in the world. And the only thing that's going to solve it is all of us having one understanding for one reason. And that's for change, if nothing else. I'm not going to tell you who God is. I'm not going to tell you. I'm just going to ask you to talk to that little piece that we all have that's all the same, which is our soul. It's part of eternity. It ain't going to lie to you. And it's pretty simple. Things are starting to change. We saw Sucky Zucky up on having a time in Congress yesterday, which I knew that was coming. I've said so for a very long time that it's coming. But here's the thing. Okay, he's in front of Congress. But, you know, Congress has been dragging their heels now for 4 fucking years. And now they're doing something because it's an election year? Hell no. It's time for us to stand together and say a big, resounding hell no to anything that is not good for humanity as a whole. They've made a mess of everything. And there's only one thing that can really fix it. And that's us, we the people. And I don't care what country you're from. We the people standing together in one understanding and one soul of humanity. So, my biggest download is we're succeeding. We're taking ground. Sucky Zucky was before Congress. But that's not enough. He could get a slap on the wrist and oh well. We'll see. But the more outraged voices that they hear about what's going on, the more they have to pay attention. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, things are changing, but we have to keep it rolling. Fauci was before Congress. Nothing's happened yet. A lot of people have been before Congress, the CIA, the FBI. Nothing's happened yet. Okay, so we need to stand up for humanity, the truth of eternity that's within us all. God, the truth of God, whatever you want to call it. I don't give a shit. Whatever works for you, boo. But there is a humanity out there, and it's not a wuss. Alright? We should not be allowing them to make victims of our children. We should not be allowing them to make victims of us. We should not be allowing them to control people to where they're miserable and sick. We should not be a petri dish. And the only reason we are is because we haven't stood up. So, here's the deal. We haven't stood up because we don't understand who we are as far as it goes for the divine spirit. Alright? We don't understand our importance. We don't understand how precious we are. to the truth of everything that is. And I'm going to tell you the story about the amoeba on the anthill in Africa again. Seems trivial. How much thought do you give to an amoeba on the anthill in Africa? None? Probably. Think about this. If that amoeba in the anthill in Africa was not there, neither would you. It's that integral, that little single cell organism that gets it better than we do. Because it does what it needs to do. And it doesn't have any qualms. If something is invading its life, its ability to be, it takes care of it. It doesn't think whether it's bad or good. It's just instinct. And I will tell you this, that the only divine intelligence left on this planet comes from innocence. All right? You want to reconnect to that divine? You reconnect to that little child inside you. And I don't mean in a bad way. I don't mean the little brat inside you. I mean the true little child inside of you. The one that is magical and says the darndest things, but are also some of the most wise because they can still learn from love and not hate and not fear and not pain. As a matter of fact, hi Angelique, welcome. As a matter of fact, children don't learn how to learn from pain until they're like 9 or 10. So, one of the messages that I am here to give is it's time to understand how amazing and beautiful at 11:11 and divine you actually are, and how worthy, and how much the divine needs you right now. Just like we need that amoeba on the anthills in Africa to live. Well, the only way that spirit lives here, and the truth of it, is through us. Okay? I mean, it lives through plants and children. It lives through everything that's innocent. It lives through nature. But all that stuff can't fuck everything up like we can. And we've done a hell of a job so far. So, right now, the tables are turning. Okay? Like I said, Mark Zuckerberg was up before Congress and he was not having a good time. But just because they're up before Congress doesn't mean that anything's going to happen. Because how many times, like, have we seen people up before Congress and they're still skating free? And the only reason they are is because not enough people stood up for everyone else. And we need to come together. And I don't care whether you're red or blue or yellow or green or pink or black or white or whatever colors you want to associate. We're all human inside. And there is a basic human truth. And the basic human truth is we all have that same peace. That same piece of eternity. That eternal. Oh, absolutely, Angelique. Please do. That's what coffee talks about, so we can talk to each other. We all have that. And we all have that humanity within us. And if we start there where we're all the same and connect to each other from there, then instead of all the unique differences, you are a unique expression of that divine connection, okay? Only you're here to do something only you can do. That's why you're you, boo. Seriously. So, with that being said, we need to understand how important we are truly to that divine. Not worthy my ass. I'm just being judged by the divine. Yeah, he judged me as worthy when he put that little piece of him inside of me and sent me here as a baby, an innocent little baby. Okay, let me tell you what. That, yeah, that divine thing, it has way more faith in us sometimes than we do. Um, I don't know. I don't know about your situation, but it sounds like it's a codependent situation if you're in this situation. So maybe you ought to do you and put the truth of you first so we don't have to worry about those things. But by what you're telling me, if you had to put your foot down, that means that you were disrespected. If that's the first time that's happened, you know, if it's not, take a clue. That's easy. If you keep having the truth of you disrespected, um, as long as you're not one of those Hollywood wives that expects men to be your servant, then, because those kind of bitches I just want to slap. Because what we've done to men is sad. It really is. They don't even know how to be men anymore, and they're afraid to be because if they do, they get yelled at. We have so demasculinated them. We got to put them back on their front throne, ladies. We gotta. But if you put them back on their throne and they're disrespecting you, honey, don't put up with that. You know, don't put up with that. You're worth more than that. I mean, just the divine intelligence in you should know that you deserve better. We all do. We all deserve to be happy. That's what the divine wants, but not happy in a toxic ego way, but in a true happy, in a bliss, in a state of understanding instead of having to know, I guess. So you have an instinct in you, Angelique. What's it saying, Mama? What does your heart tell you? Better yet, what does your intuition tell you? Because that's kind of the balance place between your mind and your heart. It's also where hemisync comes from. It's all scientific. I can explain all this psychic shit to you in scientific terms. It's fucking amazing. If you guys knew how amazing you are, we wouldn't be in this mess. So that's what I'm here to do is like inform you of possibilities that, nobody else will tell you. And the truth is, possibilities are endless if you quit putting yourself in a box. If you quit trying to control for your desired outcome and let spirit take control. And a lot of people say, I do that. I do that. Okay, do you worry? Well, yeah. Then no, you don't. End of story. Because people who truly walk with divine faith, even if the worst happens, we understand that everything that comes into our life is a blessing, no matter how long we have it. If people decide to steal and take and try and be um, hateful to you, it's because they're trying to stop you from understanding what a beautiful gift you are. Don't let them. Because when you do, you become one of the people that go out there and hurt more. All right? These kind of people, you know who they are. They always have excuses for not doing what they say. They don't keep their word. All right? They make you believe. They put on false faces. They pretend. And it ends up harming people who don't. So we need to not let that happen. Because you have been given such a beautiful divine gift. Um, by that little piece of spirit that's in you. And we all have it for different reasons. Like I said, some of us are warriors. Hi, Kaylee. Some of us are lovers. Some of us are Yeah, it's 11:11. I know. I just mentioned that just a minute ago. Shut up. You're awesome. But, basically, the message from the big giant head was basically that it's time for you to understand that you have a lot of power to create this world. And it's time for us to stand together because things are happening, but we have to keep them going. And we can't keep getting distractions by all the bullshit, which is worrying about where your Tom's hairy dick is or whatever. So, yeah, you have to worry about you and the truth that's inside of you and bringing it. Because when we do that, we come together. And when we come together and become free, things change. What the hell is that? I don't know. Things change. Like I said, Sucky Zucky was in court yesterday before Congress, and he was not having a good time. Now, I saw this a long time ago, and I knew this was going to be a turning point. This is why I'm talking about it now as well, because Spirit kind of hit me in the head and said, "Yeah, bitch, guess what?" And I was like, "No, I don't want to," because I know what's coming. I saw it a long time ago. I told you there's a lot I've held back, and there's a reason for it. And one of the things is, there's gonna be a time when we're gonna have to choose. And that time's coming very quickly. So it's really easy to choose the truth of spirit. Everybody thinks, oh, it's so hard. I gotta be this. I gotta be that. No, you ain't gotta be nothing. All right. Life is always a choice. Spirit is always a choice. But once you start choosing it and seeing the amazing things that happen, oh my fucking god, you don't even want to play with the other shit anymore. Seriously, you have absolutely no wants, wills, or desires to do anything but what you're doing. True story. So that's how you know when you're on your north node. You'll be happy for no goddamn reason. So, and the little distractions around you, you put them in spirit's hands. You can't let them fuck with you. You can't let them fuck with your energy. You can't let them fuck with you understanding yourself and what we're all here to do for a bigger purpose than our own. Because literally, we came here to help people understand that they are creating their reality. All right? Right now, our brains are programmed by the world. And I talked to one of my clients this morning, and I told her, I said, I'm going to give you a recipe for a miracle. And I'm going to tell you energetically what it does. It's called Onoponos, or I call them Onoponos. It's a ancient Hawaiian practice, and it's very powerful. Okay? I think you've heard me say this before. I've got two kinds. I've got bracelets that have 27 beads. That's important. I love you. I'm sorry. Please, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. Until you get into a mantra. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you and thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you and thank you. Seriously, this has some major mojo and healing to it. And I can tell you in 10 ways from one. Well, actually, I can tell you about 100 ways why. Because number one, your words are magic. Number two, your belief is magic. Number three, um, the drive to want to help yourself be happy is magic. If you want to be happy, healthy, and healed, and you truly want to be on your north node, guess what? You're going to understand what I'm going to say to you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. That please forgive me part is hard, okay? And I don't care. if you have to picture that you're talking to whatever spirit you follow, that holy, divine, whatever in you, whatever idea you have of that, that you don't want to displease, that you want to be closer to, that you want to be, you want to understand things, you want to know things, you think it's really cool, but it really isn't. Now, it's not fun. Now, I have this, which has 108 beads. I make these. These are stones for healing. And that phrase, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Think about that. You don't even have to have a reason. Just say the words. And as you say the words and you do the mantra, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you and thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you and thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you and thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you and thank you. As you keep saying that, pretty soon you'll be in a meditative state if you say it enough. And during that meditative state, you're going to start feeling things. And you need to feel them. Let it happen. And people are going to come to your mind. You let it happen and you just keep it up. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. And go ahead. If you get sad and you want to cry, cry through it, but don't stop. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you and thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you and thank you. Hell, me and my client were both doing it this morning, and we were both crying. It's called a recipe for a miracle, Kaylee, and it truly is. Ho'oponoponos truly are. Anytime you get into a pickle where you're not feeling that, and you feel like, well, what I call demonic energy, which is the bottom part of that omega cone. Have you seen the omega cone? Have you seen the posts with the cone on it with all the colors? What this does is it takes you out of the lower vibration consciousness. All right? All this shit down here, the pain, the confusion, the I want, the all the stuff that makes us miserable, or the misery programs, let's say. It pulls you out of that and puts you up here. All right? As far as a vibration goes. So yeah, this is a meditation, but it's also healing as in your body. All right? Uh, yeah. This is serious shit. Okay, I bring serious shit. You want some fucking secrets? I got them. Now, what this does, once you get into that meditative state, you're going to have people come in. All right? You're going to think. You just keep talking. If it's people that you've possibly done wrong, sometimes it's hard to get those words out. Sometimes there's things that you feel guilty about. Those are all low vibrations. And here's the thing, they're a waste of time. They're a waste of time because all these come from everything in the past or fears of the future. Those are very low vibrations. The magic is here and now, and we need to bring the higher ones. Okay? So, as you're saying this, you may feel angry. I mean, I've been doing Onoponos, and it's like, I'm sorry, and it's like, please forgive me, because I knew I didn't have anything to be forgiven for, because they were little narcissistic little assholes, but, I did it anyway, because I was angry more at myself than anything. So, as you do this, you let those emotions flow. Spirit knows it's coming when you start in this. When you start doing this mantra and you get into the meditative state, Spirit already knows what you need. And you're going to feel it as you do this mantra. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. As these people come into your head, thank them for showing up. And whatever you're feeling, even if it's anger, let it flow. This is the time when you let that shit flow. Okay? Because you're balancing the energy as you speak. So you're canceling it out with your words as you're feeling all this negative energy that's keeping you down. You are healing yourself. Do you understand? It's a recipe for a miracle. And I'm not kidding. Your words have power. Know when to use them. Don't judge, like the amoeba on the anthill in Africa. Do you think if it's getting attacked and by some kind of bacteria, that it's just going to sit there and think, I wonder if that bacteria has trauma? No, it's going to kick its ass. You know? Come on. It's crazy. As you're collecting your crystals, hey, I sell these, mama. This one has 27 beads. Okay? And as you go around 27 times, 108 is a magic number. 9. Okay? It adds up to 9. That's completion. No, no, think about what you're saying. I'm sorry, but even if you're saying it to spirit when you start it, even if you're saying it to spirit, I, I know, I know I fucked up, all right? I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you and thank you. I haven't put them in there yet, okay? I haven't put it in there yet. Here, I also got a smaller mallet. Mine is the 8 millimeter beads. Let me show you my other ones that I make. I do a lot of things, ma'am. I do a lot of things. Here, I got them right here. This is rose quartz, okay? It's pink. That's for universal love. And the black is onyx. All right, and I put little charms on them. So you know where to start and where to end. This one I actually made for someone. This was specially made for someone. And they haven't bought it yet. So, it's gonna be up for sale if she don't get off her ass. So, this one has the same amount of beads as this one. Only this one, here, I'll show you how they hang. This one is also shorter, and it's much easier to handle. Yeah, but the onyx is for protection, okay? And then I have lava stone, so I also sell essential oils. Yes. And then the black is protection, and the pink rose quartz, it has so many different. And one of the things is universal unconditional love and the understanding of it that it's not a pussy either. You like this one? Yeah, this one's a little more expensive because these are real crystals. I don't play with the fake shit, okay? These are real crystals. If you look at them, you can see, if you can see, they're all individual. And I got them double strung. Okay, so you can wear them either as a necklace, but that's lava stone on there, which has its own healing properties. And then down here at the bottom, you'll see the tiger's eye on either side. There's a yellow, a black, and a orange tiger's eye. Or red, a black, and a yellow tiger's eye. That's what it is. But you can wear them on your wrist as a bracelet, which is what I've been doing with this one lately, because it gets caught on everything. So, yeah. But anyway, so we have all these. I make these. And I've sold quite a few of them so far. And people wanting them. Yeah, I do too. But it's really, really, really important to you guys. It's time to connect with the truth of who and what you are. Well, Kaylee, if you start doing what I tell you to, you're not going to worry about protection. You aren't even, that's not even going to enter your mind. You won't care. Because you understand that anything that you need protection from, Um, you already have it. You just gotta claim it. And once you claim it, nothing like that. I mean, they're gonna throw their little fits and try and stop you, but it's not gonna. You're not gonna care because you know Spirit's gonna take care of that if you just do your damn job. You know. Does that make sense? And one of the things we need to do is to number one, forgive ourselves, which is, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you and thank you. That you're talking to yourself. You're talking, this is speaking life. This is as powerful, if not more powerful, than the power of I am. Because a lot of times you can speak the power of I am, but if you don't believe it, it doesn't matter. Okay? So this is going to help you get to where when you speak that power of I am, you know you are, and it's going to happen, sweetheart. No matter what situation you are, no matter what people bring to your freaking co-creation, you're there to show up, be that vulnerable, let it affect you, because when you work for the divine works for you. And then you need to get the fuck out of the way if you need to. Seriously. Because it will cover your ass every single time. Miracles will happen. So, that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about was Onoponos. Us understanding that, we may think of ourselves as insignificant, but we're not. You're an individual. You're a superpower for the divine. Either that or you're working against it. And that's the only two things. Now, we worked against it because we haven't understood ourselves or the truth of the divine. Um, almost since the inception of religion. Um, and the truth is, everybody wants you to judge yourself and think you're not worthy. But I'm going to say it again. Who are they to judge you when God already did? Or whatever you want to call it, spirit. You were judged when it put that little piece of it inside of you and sent you to this earth. That spirit had more faith in you than we do in ourselves. So it's really important, guys, that we see ourselves for the amazing frickin' powerhouses that we are, so we can go out into the world and change it instead of it changing us. We can help other people heal and stand in their power. Okay? And Spirit's been standing on his head to prove to you the truth of it. And when I say he's Spirit, 9 out of 10 times I'm talking about the eternal Spirit. I'm talking about what people would like to look at as God. Call it what you will, it doesn't matter. I don't name it, I don't define it. I can just tell you that anything that's amazing that you see in me is because I allow it to flow through me. Because I understand that the truth of that energy is a hell of a lot smarter than I am. So, I'm nothing special. I'm a high school graduate. I went to 2 weeks of college. And I knew it wasn't for me because I knew, when you get into an argument with an English professor and the um, 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 algebra professor, and you're right on both counts. So if you know more than the professors, you're not in the right place. So thank goodness I got out of there before I signed that paper to accept a big ass government payment. I never signed it and it never went in, so I never got under a loan. Thank goodness. But anyway, you're going to find that the more you connect to the truth of that divine intelligence inside of you, everybody's going to think you're so goddamn smart. You must be this, you must be that. No, it ain't me. It's what's flowing inside me. And then you become a warrior for truth. Because you're going to start seeing miracles happen around you, and you're going to go, oh, that's funny, oh, that's weird. No, it's not funny and weird. You made it happen. You can make the sun shine on a rainy day if you want to. I've done it. It's not something I do a lot because I, like, really honor nature. But even that is messed with, weather patterns and everything. And every time I see those contrails, may they be blessed. May they be blessed with the truth of themselves. That's my mantra. May they be blessed by the truth of themselves. And if it's good, they'll be blessed. And if it's bad, it's kind of like calling the eyes of the divine onto a situation. And yeah, once you start marching that truth, sweethearts, you'll be able to do that too. People don't understand how powerful we are to be able to choose to change not only ourselves, but those around us. We have that ability. I mean, look at what Jesus was. He was walking around like forcing healings on people. Everybody here says, oh no, you can't force it if they don't want it. You want to make a bet? When you truly understand everything that you're supposed to be, maybe you're supposed to be able to do touch healings. But I don't even have to touch. I can send people energy talking to them on the internet, like I'm doing right now, and they end up feeling better. Now, whether they carry that with them because they understand who they are, and they understand they deserve it, and they get that fire in them to try and help others to see the beauty and the strength that they have within themselves, then you know what happens? You know what happens when people start believing in themselves? When one starts believing in themselves and their truth of their divine purpose and their divine power, which is mighty powerful, and yeah, you get to be human too. You just can't be toxic, okay? You can't hurt innocence. That's it. If you hurt innocence, like lie, cheat, steal, make any kind of victim, I hate to tell you this, but that's a toxic truth. So when you live in the divine truth, you don't do any of that. You don't show up to do any of that. But the ones that bring it to your table, you don't allow that to be disrespected within yourself either. So all this, what's my boyfriend doing? What's this doing? What's that doing? The only difference is, yeah, it hurts when they don't choose correctly or they choose to dishonor you, but you understand that that was their choice. You know, it really had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with them. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm on live. But you're good. Do what you need to do. I'm just going to be talking. Anyway, so when we understand and make that choice, and you see me up here, I'm like, fuck this and fuck that and da da da. Everybody has this idea, oh, you got to be perfect. You got to walk on water. You got to do this. You got to do that. Hell no, we ain't there yet. But if we get our shit together, we're sure working on it. You know what I mean? So, and the more that people get it, the less I'm going to say fuckity fuck fuck fuck. Because I'm not going to be aggravated. Because people are going to be standing up for themselves and for other people. And that's really the truth of the message. Is don't harm yourself. And don't let others harm you. And don't enable others to harm others as well. Or themselves. Well, it's easy, Kaylee. It really is easy. And you're going to fuck it up. I promise you will. because you're human. But it's okay. If you like understand that you didn't understand, and it's okay to not understand at any given time, because there's a lot of stuff that's going to affect you, man. There's a lot of people out there that's going to want to like be mean just because they can, just to because they think that they can't be me, or they think that they can't, which they can't be me, but they could be their version of me as they're supposed to be. I don't want them to be me. They wouldn't want to be me, trust me. Most of them would end up in an insane asylum. So yeah, and it's like, Kaylee, I could go into a haunted place and literally, if there's supposed to be some rescues going on and some lost souls in there, the angels will go and round them up. All right? I mean, they will. They'll round them up and take them home, put them where they're supposed to be. They know what they're doing. You just got to go in there and have faith. But there's a lot of, I know I need to go to some places because there's a lot of demonic energy kicking butt, and there's some central parts of that energy, and that's why I concentrate a lot on the digital Diablos, because they're progressing it. Hollywood is progressing it. Government. Oh my God, there's so many, like the WEF. They're all freaking what I would call demonic energies. The power hungry, the greedy, the lustful, the people who can go out and do all those things. And they're all in our government, they're all in Hollywood, they're all in this WEF thing. BlackRock is just totally awful. The UN, that was all set up for a reason. The idea of money, that's a misery program. Seriously, it's a misery program. We shouldn't even have to have money. There is enough in this world for everybody. And that's the thing. We shouldn't even have borders. Because the truth is, everything here is temporary. We don't own anything. All right? We don't even own our children. Do you get what I'm saying? Oh, you can also wear them as a ring, Kaylee. The bracelets, you can wear them as a ring. And depending on which finger you put them on, because each finger has a type of energetic, all the energetic centers in your body, they meet. They meet here, they meet here, and they meet here. So these 5 points right here have a lot to do. That's why some of the hand things that they do, like when you're doing your mantras, a lot of those symbols that they have the hand things for is really important, because it actually sends the proper energy through your body as you're doing it, like the ohms or whatever mudras are on the chakra health. Your chakras are so important, because the truth is, everything is energy. Everything, even God, is energy, and emotions are energy, and money is energy, and you are energy. And once you understand the basics of energy, like in physics of the physical world, the basics of energy, the first rule of energy is, once it's created, it can't be created. It only changes. So that means that every single atom that ever was, is, or will ever be, is already. It's better if you just understand and do it yourself, and quit paying people to do things that is naturally you. Once you understand, you don't need to pay people for shit. All right, you carry all that in you. Yeah, you can do a lot of things. People, it's a divine gift that you have, Kaylee. That's what I mean. People are making money on shit that if we understood the truth of who we are, you do it on your own. It's a natural process. Once you understand it, you just let that energy flow the way it's supposed to. You don't need shit from anybody else. Not even me. Cause you'll be right there. You'll understand. You won't need other people. And that's why a lot of the spiritualists don't like me. Yes, I'm a psychic, but I hate psychics. I hate what they're doing. Some of them out there are really good and they're doing divine work for divine purposes. Okay. Some of them are doing amazing and they're kind of like me. They don't really, I'll do personal readings though. But I still don't do them for money. I still do them for donations. Um, Same kind of rules, but if I feel like somebody needs a message, I will do personal readings. I'll tell them, look, I'll do what I can on Authentically Alice, start hitting that inbox, and if I get to where I'm going to have a list of them, which I know I will, share, like, subscribe, hit that bell button. Um, if you guys start doing that and we start standing in our own power instead of giving away our money to people who put a price tag on spirit, and psychics out there that have a true gift that do that, you need to think about that practice, okay? And let others put a price tag on it in a donation. If you're valuable to them, they will give you a donation according to what you bring them. And you gotta have faith in that. So I never put a price tag on spirit. I'm not a pimp. Spirit's not a whore. And I don't do that shit. And I don't care what people say about, oh, your time and you're this and you're that. Time is a misery program. True story. You're good. I'm about ready to end here for a little bit because I got a few things I got to do. I got a couple of clients to talk to. But we really need to get in our headset of being that powerfully divine being and walking in that so we quit hurting other people. Because that's the first thing that's going to happen. You're going to quit hurting the innocent. But you're going to be a little booger to those who are a booger. That's going to happen. One way or another, you're not going to put up with the disrespect to your spirit or the attacks on your spirit because there's nobody else here to defend the divine but you. Now, does that mean you have to scream and yell and be me? I don't know. I'm not in this situation. You will be. Will you fuck it up? Oh, yeah, sometimes. But that's okay. In the end, there's a divine reason even for that. Because sometimes you're supposed to, like, get a move on with something and you're dragging your feet. True story. So, the divine will kick your ass one way or another. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I mean. This is what boundaries about. That's to protect your divine intelligence. Yeah. I mean, you can deal with them every day and be civil, but you have to remove your emotions and remove the spirit. You cannot let them get to your emotions or to your spirit. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. We are. I just had a download I had to share, and I've been talking now for about an hour about it. Miss Kaylee's there taking notes. You did that for 32 years. Well, you need to keep doing it. Yes, ma'am. And you didn't do it that much because, you know, yeah. And basically, I'm just here letting everybody know that things are changing. So we're doing a good job, but we need to keep understanding our role. Um, right now, we got Sucky Zucky before Congress. and he did have a good time. But that doesn't mean they aren't going to let him off scot-free. So it's time for us to come together, no matter if you think you're red or blue or black or white or pink or yellow or green. I don't care if you identify as a fucking pickle. I don't care. It's all, it's time for us all to come together where we're all the same. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. No, 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 man. No punchy bag. No, no, no. But I learned that a long time ago. Not with my dad though. My dad was intimidating, and that's probably why big guys don't intimidate me because they ain't my daddy. Yeah. But anyway, we all really need to get back to one idea that we all come from a divine spark of eternity. All right, we need to quit thinking we aren't worthy because we're only not worthy when we choose not to live in the truth of what we were created to be. And that's why so many people are in pain and so many people are breaking down because they're going against their divine truth. They're dishonoring their temple. This is all. And here's the truth about it. I'm going to say it again. Um, we were judged. Spirit isn't going to judge us again. We were judged. It was when Spirit packed that little piece of Him inside of us and sent us here as a helpless little baby. And let me tell you what, that divine intelligence, which is much smarter than we are, because it's eternity, it knows a hell of a lot more. And I'm not going to confine it by my understanding because then I'm not accepting everything that it could do in my life. So that spirit obviously had a hell of a lot more faith in us than we do in it because it's the only thing we come here with and it's the only thing we're going to leave here with. So as long as we understand that it walks with us all the way through our lifetime, and everybody else, even your mother, your father, your siblings, your kids, do not belong to you. Because if you get too attached to them, that's a distraction, right? And spirit will put you on your ass and say, me first. You have a world to change, and only I can help you do it. This is the agreement you made before you came here. And this is how you form your world instead of your world forming it, because we have to take the truth of what is inside us, which doesn't lie, doesn't cheat, doesn't steal, and doesn't make a victim of innocence. We understand that that divine innocence is majorly important because it's the truth of spirit. All right, it's the truth of that eternal knowledge. It doesn't think about good or bad, it just is. All right, it doesn't spend its time judging itself. We were given our children as a gift, yes, but it's still not ours. We have to see it as a gift. And how many gifts do you know last your entire lifetime, Kaylee? Seriously, how many do you actually know? What other gift have you been given that has lasted your entire lifetime? The first gift of spirit is what's inside you. And that's what we need to understand. Okay? You may see yourself as that amoeba on the anthill in Africa. Here we go again. You know how many people give thought to that amoeba on the anthill in Africa? None of us. But what would happen if it didn't exist? We wouldn't exist. That's how important that amoeba is. And it doesn't ever question. Oh, I thank you. It doesn't ever question what it is. It just understands. And it just does what it needs to do because that little amoeba, however you see yourself, that's what you become. And if you feel like that you are less than, which is what society programs you with, you are not worthy, you are not this, you are not that, the fuck you ain't. You are everything you need to be and more. More than you could ever understand. And it is a beautiful thing. Once you do understand it, everybody thinks you gotta walk on water and be perfect. No, you're human too. And you have to understand when to be human, when to bring that human. Everybody wants to lay down the rules about you got to take the high road, you got to be the doormat, you got to be this, you got to be that, or you're not a good person, which is a crock of shit. Because nature, the truth of God, and nature, yin and yang, is balance. All right? Sometimes you got to bring that boom, baby. When somebody, like, disrespects that divine intelligence, or disrespects your family or your legacy, you got to bring that boom, baby. And you got to worry nothing about pleasing spirit. If you worry about pleasing spirit first, by understanding and loving yourself enough to help others become happy, healthy, healed, and strong, so they don't depend on the psychics, so they don't depend on the healers, because they understand that all of that is within them. Like these rocks, all right? I can literally go from a really shitty situation into grace by thinking about them if I don't have them with me. I can think about them on my wrist. I can think about them whatever. Or I can go from excited to calm, or sad to happy when I realize I'm in those lower vibrations. And that isn't what we are. We're balance. Okay, sometimes these lower vibrations will, and sometimes we're stuck in them and we don't know how to handle them. Yes, yes, yes. Well, no, I'm not saying that they can't help, but it starts with you, boo. First of all, you need to understand, for them to do their magic, you need to understand that the only reason that it's working is because you're allowing it. Same thing with black magic or whatever. Anything that's outside of you. Hi, Rebecca. It's okay, honey. Anything that's outside of you has the ability to influence you. And it's up to you to accept or not accept what's coming from outside of you. All right? And Buddha said, if it feels right, accept it. All right? And doesn't make an excuse for your fucked up ego, or a reason for you to go lie, cheat, steal, or harm others, or, be nosy, or be jealous or in competition. This isn't it. Okay, first of all, that spirit is, I gotta be better than this person or that person. First of all, that should be telling you something. Okay, that means you're not there yet. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. And we do. We need to check our energy. We need to check to see, is this a time to bring the boom? And why am I feeling this way? Is this from my past trauma, or is this do I have a righteous anger? And if you have a righteous anger, honey, bring that boom. But you have to use your discernment too, because some people are just bitches. That's just what they came to be. And then some people may be having a bad day and be acting out of their trauma once in a while. And that happens too. So you got to use discernment. And you got to use discernment on how much boom you bring. But you got to stand in your powers. When you stand in your power and I stand in my power and we stand together in that power, oh, holy shit. Okay? Where there's one person standing in their power, that's a divine will. Where there's two people, you guys can bring about divine manifestations. When there's three people or more, y'all little miracle makers. Seriously, when you understand who you are and the truth of it. But okay, miracles come from letting go. Get rid of the ideas in your head of what should be or what you want or what you think and just become. And Buddha said, you know, listen to your soul first. Listen to what it's telling you. Oh, yeah, Michelle, here's the thing. We're all manifesting. We're all little manifestors. Now, whether we're bringing the fear or the faith, this is what I'm here to say. You have to realize you're manifesting. Are you manifesting mayhem by worrying and fearing? Or are you manifesting faith by understanding that when you're in the worry and fear, that for every possibility that you're worrying and fearing about, there's a whole set of other possibilities that don't bring fear or don't bring worry. And those are the divine possibilities that we have to hold on to. All right? I guarantee you, for every worry that you can think of, there's 10 things positive that could also go right. And that's what we need to, yes, that's what we need to manifest. All right? And even though we may not see it right at first, the more that we picture that positive and feed that into the universe, because like I'm going to be doing this. I've been doing this for years with my family and they still ain't getting it, but that's neither here nor there. As long as you manifest positive right now, unless you're in a situation where you got to bring that boom, you know, spirit first, you second, and everything else comes third. You got to protect what you have been given. And once we work from that area, like, which is the simple truth, the divine truth is always simple, okay? And here's the simple truth of the divine truth. If it is not true for every man, woman, and child on the planet, you cannot consider it a divine truth because the divine does not separate us. We do that. All right? We all have the same kind of possibilities within us. All these things that they call paranormal is actually normal. We have the ability to heal ourselves. We have the ability to heal others. We have the ability to manifest into reality the truth of what our soul says we need to be here to do. And once we start living to that, we're going to start programming this world the way the divine wants it to be because we're letting it flow through us. Does that make sense, guys? We're not trying to control it. We're just answering the call. But here's the thing. Anybody that follows any kind of religion know that there's all these doomsday revelations, whatever fucking thing going on. It's kind of like, oh my god, this guy is falling chicken little. And it kind of is. I mean, look what's going on in the world. We got CIA and FBI and people creating killer vaccines and killer diseases and everybody going, no, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. Okay, there's no accountability, and there's no accountability because we've been sitting on our divine asses. None of my business, nothing I can do about it, nothing this, nothing the hell you can't. And the more of us that realize that, and the more of us come together, all right, sucky zucky. Mark Zuckerberg was before Congress yesterday, and honey, he did not have a good time. But that doesn't mean anything. All right? The more of us step up and understand what's going on with these digital diablos like Square, they're trying to force us into a totally controlled environment. And the more we stand up and rebel against it, I don't know about you, but how much misinformation and disinformation did we get through these companies to get us to try and take a vax that's like 3 differently? We were lab rats. And we were like, oh, okay. And they were forcing it on us. And we know this all now. Millions of people died. Exactly. And this is why we have to get down to that truth, that divine truth, okay? Which is simple. If it's not true for every man, woman, and child on this planet, it is not a divine truth. It's somebody's opinion of the divine truth, which is why everybody says, my truth, my truth. All right, that's your opinion of your truth. Yes. And then here's the thing. Here's the truth of it, okay? You were not created to be sick. You were not created to be in pain. You were not created to be anything but happy, healthy, and healed. You were created to be a good steward, not only to yourself, but your fellow man and the earth as well. These are all divine gifts, simple divine gifts. And when we go against any of that, yeah, it's pretty simple, you know? So, anyway, I'm going to end this here, and I'm going to be doing more coffee talks. You guys, I really need you to like, share, subscribe. If you like what you're hearing here, I really need to get some support to get this going because I've been shadow banned for 15 years. I was probably the first shadow banned because I bring so much truth, and I've been telling the same truth for years and years and years. This is what I mean. So now it's time to be those divine warriors, and if you hear something that you like and it sounds true to you and people are getting empowered and people are understanding we're not here to compete, we are here for a divine, responsible co-creation. Okay, that's what's going to change this world, and we have the power to do that. We all just need to get together. I'm not looking for followers, I'm looking for equals. All right, I'm looking for equals because we're all equal in the eyes of the spirit. All right, there ain't none of us less amazing, that less beautiful, less this, less that than the other. Okay. So, with that being said, since it was a coffee talk and I drank coffee, I need to pee. Because I'm human. And I claim that with everything beautiful. And I want you to be able to do that too. All right. Remember the mantra. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you and thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you and thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me and I love you and thank you. And when you're feeling in that mood, you just keep repeating that. I'm sorry, please forgive me. In that order. It has to be in that order. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you and thank you. So when you're feeling bad, you say that, even if it's to God or your idea of God or whatever, or that divine spirit that you don't want to be separated from, and you're feeling not so worthy because you're in a certain way, pick up that mantra. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you and thank you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. It's called Onoponos. I'm going to post it on my Authentically Alice. You guys, if you need readings or you feel like you need somebody to talk to understand something, Authentically Alice, get a hold of me there. All right. I don't do anything. I don't charge any money, but if you have it and you want to donate because you find value in what I do, I'm not mad at you for that. Until I talk you into trying our products. And then I won't have to worry about it because you love the product so much and the fact that they're affordable. Um, Yeah, we got some good things ahead, but I need your help right now. I do. So remember the mantra. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you and thank you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you and thank you. Happy, healthy, and healed. Even with the people you're mad at, see them as happy, healthy, and healed and put it in the divine's hands because it's got a hell of a lot more power than you do. And let me tell you what, it's got a whole lot more brains too. So don't think you can explain God to anyone because once you do, you're doing it a disservice. Because everybody, just like you had your relationship to your parents, you have a special relationship that's meant between you and God only. All right, so I'm not going to define it for you. I don't even define it for myself because I believe when we define it to our intelligence that we limit it. And I'm sorry, but I've seen some miracles already, and I'm not going to limit that. I'm just not. I'm just going to love it and live for it first, and then everything else is going to happen. Yes, use it. Use it. And I'm going to post some things on Authentically Alice and all that crap. I got like 5 websites, and it's like, I wish everybody could get on one. So the business is actually Authentic and Authentically Alice on Facebook. So if you go there and like and subscribe to that crap, and I say crap because it's digital Diablos, I actually want to do this in person. I actually want to do this in person. I want to take this on the road. I'm ready. Because you think it's good me talking here, you ought to be in the same room with me. Woohoo! Yeah. Ooh. I'm excited and I can't wait. You know, all these grumpy people. I love grumpy people. I do. Everybody tries to, I can't handle it, I can't handle it. There's very few times I can handle it. There's very few times that I say that, okay? If I can't handle something and I'm in that state, that means there's something really, some big fuckery going on, okay? Because usually I can let it roll. I'm like that lady in green. Y'all see my short with that lady in green, all right? She's got that divine fire. She does, and we need to get there. And I love you all, and we will. We'll do it together. Okay? Talk to you later.